Hello and welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great winter break and that you relaxed and you played lots of video games and you got to maybe see some friends and practice social distancing and that you just had really good Christmases. My Christmas was spent moving for 90% of the time. I moved out of my rental and my daughter and I moved into my parents' and we just finished the moving process yesterday. So unfortunately, I did not get great sleep or rest. I was basically busy all of break. So I am tired right now. Not a good way to start the new marking period, but it is what it is. And what a marking period we are going to have. So, for starters, let's go ahead and get COVID out of the way and talk about COVID. I'm sure you all are aware that the numbers are rising. We had a lot of teachers out in December because of exposure to COVID or because they had it. We had a lot of kids missing because of the same reasons. And there's no reason for that to be any different. In fact, we expect it to probably be a much worse situation. So, teachers will probably be out a lot. Your fellow students will be out a lot. You might end up being out a lot. So, because of that, I need you guys to really be vigilant with practicing our safety measures, following the class rules to make sure you're only getting up out of your seat when you're supposed to, and things like that. Um, Otherwise, I just pray that we all stay safe. I have a bunch of tissues ready to go. I've got a lot of sanitizing wipes and alcohol wipes for the iPads. So hopefully, we're not getting it because of this class, but just be mindful of your behavior also. Third marking period tends to be when kids start to be a little squirrely and pushing the boundaries and getting in trouble. And typically, getting in trouble involves some form of being near other people, whether it's fighting or PDA or anything like that. So let's try and keep those bad decisions to a minimum and really consider the consequences because it doesn't affect just you, it affects everyone around you. So let's talk about the third marking period for my Theater 1 and Theater 2 classes. So at the beginning of January, or actually the beginning of the marking period, sorry, through January, yeah, through all of January, basically. I am in my UIL One Act play rehearsal and preparation for a competition that happens at the end of January. So this is a very stressful time for me. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot of things I got to do because I don't want to disappoint my students that are in the high school credit class in eighth grade. So because of that, I try to keep January a little bit more light for you guys and not quite as hard of work. So, what we will be doing after today, we're going to spend the first week and a half or so on a really fun project called the Superhero Project. My Theater 2 kids, last year you did this project. We're going to be doing it again this year. Um, After we finish the Superhero Project, we're going to go into studying the structures of drama. So, that is things like how a play is formatted, who is who, things like that. And then from there, we will watch a movie for Black History Month, which is one of my favorite movies, and it's usually a huge success with the classes. So we'll be watching a movie called To Sir with Love, and we'll be using that to examine what we learned about the structures of drama. And after To Sir with Love, we'll move into our technical theater unit. So this is a big unit for all my kids that love to draw and do artwork and be creative in that way. You guys will love that unit. And we will finish that. We'll finish the third marking period with our technical theater unit and move into the fourth marking period studying history of theater. So, you probably will have noticed that none of what I just said involves acting. So, for those of you that are super not okay with acting, guess what? You're not going to have to do it for 3 weeks. I'm not 3 weeks, for like 3 months. And for those of you that do love acting, I'm really sorry. Perhaps we can find a way to give different options for assignments so that my acting kids that like to act can still do something a little fun, and my kids that are not okay with it have an option to do something also. Um, Oh, another reason that I planned it that way on purpose is because acting assignments generally require you to have a partner and to do group work. And because of what we're expecting with COVID and people constantly being out or absent, I wanted to make sure that all the work you have for this marking period is stuff that you can do at home or here in class and do it on your own. So there will not be a whole lot of group work for the next few weeks just to kind of keep us as safe as possible and in our own little zones in the classroom. But I'm hoping that you do still enjoy it. I will warn you now, there is a presentation attached to the superhero project. I will warn you now that the technical theater unit will have projects, and it will also probably have some tests or quizzes attached to it. And once we get to history of theater, that will probably have a test or a project attached to it. I haven't decided yet. Structures of drama, I don't know yet. I haven't made all those lessons, so I don't know. But I hope you're excited for what is to come. Today, our focus is to review rules and procedures and then move on and either talk about social contracts for my kids that are online or social contracts for those of you that are here in class. And just make sure we're all on the same page about how we want to be treated and get through this year. All right, I'm so happy to have you guys back and to be back at work. I missed you guys. I hope you had a great break, and I'll see you later.